What's up, everyone?
What's going on, people?
So we are at what is called Hofwyl-Broadfield Plantation. I'm gonna go check it out.
In Brunswick, Florida, Georgia.
Yes, it wasn't a cotton plantation.
Actually, it was
Rice.
But he did have cotton out here too, though.
Oh, he did?
Mm-hmm. That's what
Oh,
the thing
see, I
said
thought it was
inside.
mainly rice.
It was mainly rice, but he had cotton out here as well.
There's an 800-year-old oak tree out here.
I'm sure it's probably a lot of
them. All these trees look really old, and I'm pretty sure they've seen some stuff. So, yeah, I don't know if we catch anything.
Well, it's more like a
historical
tour thing than anything, because.
But hey, if we catch some EVPs, it's always a great thing. You know?
Yep.
Shoot, even if we catch an apparition, that'd even be better.
You can take your time to read this. That's a question for all plantations, to be honest with you. Not being sarcastic, but if those trees can speak, just imagine the stories they would tell.
What stories they could tell, yeah.
So this is a very important person. This is Rudolph Capers. Now, he was a slave descendant, and Miss Ophelia and Miss Miriam's butler, chauffeur, cook for over 40 years.
Wow.
So Miss Ophelia left him money in her will, and she stipulated with the state that he would have employment here as long as he wanted. He was the first tour guide.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that something?
That's neat.
For 10 years. He was
Wow.
a tour guide here until he died. He was 80
Oh, wow.
when he died. So imagine the tales that he could tell.
I bet.
Yeah.
Beautiful mahogany, mostly 1850s, but this secretary desk here, that is from the 1700s. Celia passed away in this pink chair right here.
She passed in the chair?
She was sitting in the chair. She got up, had breakfast, went and sat down to look at her mail, and passed away. She was 87.
Oh, wow.
Rudolph found her sitting there, and she had been shopping for a TV at Sears the day before. So she was going right up to the end, and Rudolph always said that he wanted to go the way Miss Ophelia did, and he did. He was giving tours the day before he died.
Oh, wow.
So Miss Ophelia, she just had hundreds of pieces of this Canton ware. It originated in the port of Canton in China, and it was ballast ware. They would fill crates with these pretty dishes and put them in the bottoms of ships to balance them.
Oh, wow.
And the ships would come into Darien, which is 10 minutes up the road, and people would, like Miss Ophelia, would just flock to buy it and be like a dime for a piece. But you can see these pieces are hollow. You fill them with hot water, keep your food warm.
Oh, wow.
That is neat.
How about that? So what do you think these fish were used for?
Sauces.
Fish bones. Oh.
Really?
Fish bones.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it look like a fish.
Yes, there you go. So this is Vaseline glass. Very old. It's a collector's item. It is made with uranium.
Wow.
It's like radioactive.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, they said it wasn't enough to hurt you, but I'm sure I believe that.
Thank you.
So, now this is supposed to be the first house in America to have screens.
Oh, really?
Her father was well educated. He was a scientist. He was one of the first to learn that mosquitoes cause malaria. Because at first they thought it was gases coming up out of the marsh was making people sick, but he learned it was mosquitoes. So he put screens on all the windows. He put screens on the fireplaces. So prior to that, this family lived in Savannah. They all grew up in Savannah. They lived in Savannah, and their beautiful home is still there. Today it's Stephen Williams Bed and Breakfast. Okay. It's right by the Civic Center. So they would come here in the winter and hunt. So prior to that, the enslaved here had a lot of freedom because no one was here most of the year. The foreman was a slave. And they were on what was called the task system. And that meant they would be given a task. And if they finished it early, they'd have the rest of the day to do what they wanted. And a lot of times they'd fish. And then they'd sell their fish. But they had guns for hunting, for living off the land. And they mostly came from rice plantations on the west coast of Africa. So they knew the work, they knew the climate, and they had built up an immunity to the malaria. And it was the sickle cell that gave them the immunity to malaria.
Oh, wow.
So one time I was walking through here with my granddaughter, and she said, I want to see a ghost. And I said, well, there's this little boy named Jamie. And right as I said his name, that picture fell over.
Oh, wow.
And my granddaughter was like, what was that? I said, that was Jamie.
You got a picture for him? Of Jamie?
No one's never.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
This is Jamie.
Oh, like a baby picture.
Yeah. Seems like we have maybe upstairs there might be a video. Now out here we have the last surviving slave cabin. It's very interesting. You can go around the back and go inside. And I've had people tell me that they've seen things going on in there. I had a man tell me he was a sensitive and he had seen somebody sitting at the table in there. But it's interesting to explore. There were about 60, they were duplexes, and they had a village with gardens and chickens, and it's right where 17 goes through, so all gone. But today, there are a lot of slave descendants that live within 5 miles of here on land that was given to them by this family.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes they come in.
So guys, in this next clip, I'm walking in the slave quarters. At first, I thought this was Mike recording. Afterwards, I noticed it was me because I start talking towards the end of the recording of this video. But you hear a male's voice. You clearly hear a male's voice when I'm walking around, looking at the rooms. And when I pan around the room, look in the window above the table. Tell me, what do you see? I see a silhouette of a person. Mike seems to think it's the sun. You tell me what you think. Tell us what you think about this little clip. And of course, I replayed this a couple times just so you can see. Let us know what you think. I love your place, so stay. Very simple. Oh, hey, Mr. Cat. Hey, Mr. Cat. Oh, the car was in there.
Oh, in here.
So I wonder what this was used for then. Oh, preserving meat. Ice chamber. Wow. Baby. Baby. I just saw somebody walk past that window.
Which one?
That top window. I swear to God. It was like whitish pink. I thought it was the clouds at first. Gave me the chills.
Is she still in there?
No, she left. Wow.
Top window?
That gave me the chills.
Top window?
Yeah.
You weren't even recording, did you?
Not over there. I thought it was something reflecting off the sky. There's some ghost tales.
Yeah. She seen an apparition, but she didn't catch it on tape.
And it gave me the chills, boy.
Like I touch her. But anyway, she did say she seen an apparition.
I got the chills.
So we took
There
a couple
was
pictures. Hopefully we catch
one who walked across the window. But yeah, we just want to come in and say goodbye. Hopefully we caught something. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
As always.
Till next time. Oh, it always was.
As always. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.